What if doing nothing is actually the way to move forward? And I know what you think now. Crazy. How can you move forward if you do nothing? Besides, you all the time saying that you have to work, you have to do the things, you have to act, you have to do that little step forward. Hear me out. We are living in the culture that prizes constant hustle. Constantly being busy, doing a lot of things. But in fairness, all this, all that kind of thinking, if I stop, if I will pause for a second, I will fall back, I will lose. So all this creates just tension, anxiety, stress. You know where that leads, isn't it? Burnout. That's it. You will just get to the place where you will be like, I don't want to do anything else. That's it. That's enough. I just can't do it anymore. That's where you get. Following the path that society preys on us, showing us how much valuable it is when you constantly hustle, when you constantly do something. But this is actually what dulls your creativity and, like I say, cause burnouts. So what if, just think for a second, what if pausing, not stopping completely, but pausing, is your way to finding clarity and restart your creativity? When you pause for a second, you give yourself permission to actually breathe, to see what's going on around you, to see your progress, to make connections, make space for new connections, make space for relax. You lower your stress, you boost your strength, your ability to see clearly. When you pause yourself, you prevent burnouts and you fuel your enthusiasm to do the work, whatever work you do. For me, this kind of pause is when I'm going after one work for about hour walk in the forest. That's my pause. I'm not saying you have to do hour walks. It's enough if you start with 5 minutes. Just give yourself this kind of and I forgot the word. Allow yourself to have this 5 minutes break. Allow yourself to have this 5 minutes pause where you do nothing completely. For many it's easy because we just sit for 5 minutes, blank out, isn't it? At least that's how the story goes. So the thing what I would like you to consider is to ponder on the question, where could you pause? Where the pause could you move forward? How it can move you forward? Where can you do it to actually going step forward? How this making breaks can actually fuel your enthusiasm, fuel you. How this makes you feel when you allow yourself to have these breaks. And like I say, to start just with 5 minutes. That doesn't have to be walk. For me, it works because I love walking. For me, this is the best way to have that kind of pause. This is the pause for me, when I go for a walk into the nature. But for you, it might be just 5 minutes where you sit and do nothing. No scrolling on the phone, no social media, no reading, no thinking about weird things, what's going on in your... Try to focus just on yourself, just on breathing. when you start with this, you might also want to have a half day in every week, if it's possible, to have like half day when you take care of yourself, when you recharge, when you do just the things that are not related with work, any kind of work, that are related just with you, with your self-care. This is how you actually do nothing that moves you forward. It's not like, oh, I will lie down now or sit and do nothing. This kind of approach, where you actually don't do nothing, it's just for the 5 minutes breaks. But for the half day, disconnect from all social media, all the connections, everything. Only the real connections, real life connections are allowed. But that's what you need to do. Find out a half day during a week where you create that no work zone, where you just focus on recharging yourself. Just focus on self-care, on yourself. Another thing, if you're not up for that half day, just create 1 hour, kind of like power hour, where you disconnect fully, completely from anything that is related to work, that is related to social media, that creates this anxiety, stress, or anything like that. And just spend this hour just with yourself. Even if this means that you will be boring yourself, or you will feel bored, that's okay. Because at this moment, you actually open up yourself, your mind for inspirations. This is actual way to open up for creativity when you start getting bored. I know, sounds weird, but this is true. Remember, doing nothing, in quotation marks, it's not laziness. It's not about being lazy. It's about creating that space to be at your best, to recharge, to refocus, to get new point of view, new inspirations, new motivations, to refuel or fuel your enthusiasm. So find this kind of time in your busy schedule. 5 minutes a day, hour a week, or half day a week. And see how this changes your life. Let me know in comment how actually it goes with that for you. From this place, as always, I wish you many blessings.